most important part of COP17 starts today as high-level delegations arrive. This includes 12 heads of state and at least 130 country parties. Last week, rumours emerged that Canada will withdraw from the Kyoto Protocol before the year is out. Yesterday, it appeared that Canada may even pull out of the Kyoto Protocol before the Durban conference ends. This put a bit of a damper on spirits and also on expectations that we will get progress at COP17. Over the weekend, China indicated that it was ready to take on new emission reductions, and this injected new life into the conference with the hope that if China was ready to undertake emission reductions, other parties would do so too.
After 2020, what we need to negotiate, the framework, I think, should be a legally binding one.
As the week started, however, China's lead negotiator indicated that these emission cuts would only come into operation after 2020, subject to 5 conditions. It's still not exactly clear what impact this announcement will have on negotiations and whether it's quite the solution that people were hoping for.
Just for the history of all this, China has always been in favor of a legally binding outcome. The key question, and that is the key question to China, that is, will a legally binding deal also mean that China is equally legally bound? That is the key point, and that is where I think that what we heard yesterday still need a lot of clarification.
The EU's climate chief, Connie Hedegaard, reiterated that the EU is ready to sign a second period of the Kyoto Protocol immediately.
We are ready to commit to a second commitment period, even though the family of countries who are ready to do so is shrinking. However, we need reassurance that if we lay down a bridge to the future, then some others will follow us. Not now, we understand that, but soon.
The United States, which has never joined the Kyoto Protocol but has its own reductions roadmap, said this week that it was not sure what the Chinese commitment meant and that they would be meeting with the Chinese negotiators today in order to deal with the details. The South African negotiations have been fairly quiet so far on their stance, but hopefully they will come out with more information during the course of the week. The main things to watch this week will be whether there will be a second commitment period to the Kyoto Protocol, what's happening to the Green Climate Fund, whether there will be a result on aviation and shipping emissions, and these are important because they will finance the Green Climate Fund. And then most importantly, what will happen in the period between 2012 and 2020. In 2012, the Kyoto Protocol comes to an end. In 2020, it seems that countries will be ready to take on binding global commitments. What happens in the gap? As negotiations ramp up between country parties this week, it's going to be a bit of a guessing game about where they actually stand. We're only likely to know the final outcome late on Friday or perhaps over the weekend.